the Indian government announced that they were holding the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. As you were all aware, the Indus Water Treaty is a gold standard as far as diplomacy is concerned. This treaty to share our waters has withstood many conflicts in the past. The very act of threatening to cut off Pakistan's water is a violation of the United Nations Charter. An implementation or acting upon this act would be perceived as an act of war from Pakistan's perspective. It is a grave injustice to the people of Pakistan and the people of India, who have been locked in perpetual conflict, generation after generation, over the issue of Kashmir, who've been locked in conflict over the issue of terrorism, that we are to damn future generations of Pakistanis and Indians to now fight over water. I appeal to this honorable and esteemed organization to take an unequivocal stance that India must abide by its international obligations under the Indus Water Treaty. The threat to cut off the water supply for 200 million Pakistanis must be condemned universally and across the board. We cannot allow for this precedent to be set. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, if we want peace in South Asia, permanent peace in South Asia, then we cannot ignore the issue of Kashmir. The legitimate rights of the people of Kashmir for self-determination cannot be denied. If the Indian government is going to continue to frustrate the aspirations of the Kashmiri people, if we're going to continue to allow this wound to fester, then it will continue to cause instability in our region and across the world. I would like to conclude by saying that my delegation's mandate is one of peace. We have come here in pursuit of peace. We seek your assistance, individually as member states and collectively as an organization, to help us in this endeavor, to establish peace in South Asia, to help us convince our neighbor that perpetual conflict is not in their interest, and that to pursue dialogue and diplomacy, to establish peace between our two countries, to work together to combat the menace of terrorism, to work together to combat the challenges posed by climate change, and to work together to address the ills that plague both our countries. I'd once again like to thank this organization and each and every member state for the role that they played throughout this conflict. Thank you, Your Excellency.